Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and or moving forward. So with all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. How does Pisces currently view this relationship? Oh, okay. So, okay. This doesn't feel like you. This feels like somebody else's energy. You could very well be connecting with a fire sign strongly. So I feel like you're not even paying this person any mind. But you could be dealing with I don't even feel like you're paying this person any mind. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if you actually are dealing with this person or not. Because I just feel like you're not paying this human any mind. But anyways, this person, as I was gonna say, could very well be a fire sign. So an Aries, Leo, possibly a Sag, maybe even an earth sign. So a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but there's somebody here. There's somebody here that's like been pining after you. Okay. I am getting that. Like there's somebody here who clearly has the hots for you, to basically say the least. But I don't know, dude. Like I just don't feel like you really pay this person, any mind. I don't feel like you pay this person any mind. I feel like you're so like consumed with like, work or, your business if you have one, things of that nature, to even like notice this person. Like you're just so lost in your own world, Pisces, and there's nothing wrong with that. But right now I just kind of see you very focused on yourself, your money, your career, your business if you have one, possibly even your education. I just feel like you're just so consumed with what you got going on within your own life that you don't even freaking notice that you clearly have somebody here that feels very drawn to you and your energy and clearly has the hots for you. But I feel like this person has been trying to like get your attention. You know what I mean? I do. Like I feel like this person has been trying to like get your attention, but I don't know. It just kind of looks like it's just not working for whatever reason. Not entirely sure what they're trying to do to get your attention, but they're clearly trying to get your attention. And because you're just so lost in your own world, you don't even notice that this person's trying to get your attention. Okay. How does this person... Okay. We have the Three of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Chariot out here. Whoever this whoever this person is, they do come off to me as somebody who's definitely single, with the Nine of Pentacles coming out here. So they're definitely single. But with the Chariot to the Three of Cups, I mean, this is somebody who, yes, has a hots for you. Yes, is very, very interested in you. And I feel like this person has been trying to like figure out a way to like get your attention and get close to you. But I don't know, it just kind of looks like it just hasn't, it just hasn't been working. It's like I'm trying to figure what the hell is this person doing on their end to get your attention? Like, let's just say hypothetically speaking, right? Hypothetically speaking, let's just say that this is like somebody, I don't know, that like goes to the same gym that you go to. And because you're just so consumed with like your workout and, doing what you got to do, at the gym, you're not really paying anybody any freaking mind because you're so consumed with, your workout and, what you got to do and things like that. And this person's constantly walking by you, just staring at you, hoping that you'll notice them, you know what I mean? Or at least make eye contact with the man or the woman. But it's like, you're not even doing that, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like this person wants... Yeah, I feel like this person definitely wants your attention, and I feel like they've been doing certain things to get your attention, like walking by you a lot, trying to kind of like make eye contact with you, things of that nature, but that just hasn't been working out, I guess. Just to kind of like, break the ice a little bit, you know what I mean? Instead of just outright confronting you. Not confronting you, that's not the word that I wanted to use, approaching you. But it kind of looks like this person's at this point where they kind of feel like if they do want some type of interaction with you, it's going to take them approaching you, because whatever the hell this person has been doing to get your attention, it's clearly not freaking working out. It's clearly not working out. So I do feel like this person is definitely planning on like approaching you, because whatever they've been doing to get your attention, it just, honey, it has not been working in their favor. How does Pisces feel? Okay. So we have the Six of Cups, we do have the Three of Wands, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Swords. Okay. All right. Pisces, here's the thing, dude. I feel like the main reason why you're so kind of lost in your own world, and keeping, because I am getting that you're keeping yourself extremely busy slash occupied, whether it's like with work, working out, the things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, things of that nature, is because you recently experienced possibly a breakup, maybe even a divorce. I'm just getting that you lost somebody that was very, very close to you, is basically what I'm gathering. And ever since, this ending occurred here, with this person in particular, it just kind of, I don't know, Pisces, it just kind of looks like you've been very much so to yourself. It kind of looks like all you want to do is just, go to work, do your 9 to 5, leave, go to the gym, and then go back home, cook yourself something to eat, take a shower, go to bed. It doesn't have to be in that order, but you know what I mean? It's like, it just kind of looks like right now you just kind of want to be left alone, to be completely honest. I feel like you're just not in the mood for a lot of things. And that's totally understandable, considering the fact that, you lost somebody very, very close to you. I am definitely getting that. And like I said, it could have a lot to do with somebody that you were married to, in a relationship with. But whoever this person is, it's somebody who has definitely been a part of your life, for, a very long time. And now that this person's not in your life anymore, it just kind of looks like, you've been trying to keep yourself busy, and occupied as much as you possibly can. So, I mean, there's a possibility that the reason why you don't even freaking notice this person is because you're kind of lost in your own world, you're lost in your own world. You're just kind of like, let me just go to work. Let me just do my 9 to 5. Let me finish with my 9 to 5. Go to the gym. Let me finish with the gym. Let me go back home. Let me do this. Let me do that. And then let me go to bed and let me wake up and do it all over again. Now, of course, this ending that you recently experienced, it definitely could have been with somebody that, you were married to, in a relationship with, and if that is the case, because that does apply, to a lot of you out there, I am getting that. Love right now is like the furthest thing from your mind. Entertaining somebody right now is the furthest thing from your mind. It kind of looks like right now you're just not in the mood for it. It's not that you're jaded or anything like that. I just kind of feel like, you're acknowledging the fact that this ending, it did affect you, and it's still kind of affecting you, and you need some time to move past it and heal from it. Until then, I just don't think that you're really interested, to be honest, in entertaining absolutely anybody. Again, totally understandable. How does this person currently feel? We have the Ten of Wands to the Ace of Swords, and then we also have the King of Wands out here. Okay. In regards to how this person's, currently feeling, going back to like what I said about this person, whatever it is that they've been trying to do to get your attention, it clearly has not been working. And it kind of looks like this person has highly considered and just simply like approaching you. But here's the thing, this person doesn't really know what the hell, honestly, to say to you. I am getting that. They don't know what to say to you. They don't know how to like, spark a conversation or approach this entire situation is basically what I'm getting. So as much as, this person wants to like approach you and speak to you and, introduce themselves to you, they just don't know, I guess, like the right way to go about it or the proper way to go about it. So it kind of looks like this person, I guess, needs some time to figure out exactly what they want to essentially, say to you. Because they do want to approach you. They definitely do want to approach you. They just don't know what to say to you exactly. They don't know what to say to you and how to approach you is basically what I'm getting. Okay. What actions will Pisces take towards this person or moving forward? We do have the Wheel of Fortune. We do have the Fool. And then we also have the Page of Swords out here. Okay. So in regards to how you plan on, moving forward, this to me kind of feels like phases that you're kind of going through. So going back to like what we spoke about as far as like this ending transpiring in your life and you adjusting and adapting to life without this individual in it. I do feel like you are definitely making progress in that department as far as like making peace with whatever happened. Yeah, making peace with whatever essentially happened and just simply letting it go. I am definitely getting that. Now, things are about to like, take a drastic turn in your life. I am definitely getting that once you essentially make peace with the past and this ending and whatever occurred here. I do see things taking a drastic turn ultimately for the better. If you find yourself down and depressed now, you're not going to find yourself forever feeling this way. This is a temporary emotion that you're experiencing. And like I said, whatever did happen here, that left you extremely hurt and just devastated, it's something that you will essentially move past in time. I am definitely getting that. Now, I want to look at this person. What actions will this person take towards Pisces or moving forward? Really? We have the Nine of Swords to the Tower to the King of Cups. I was really hoping that we would see some progress here on their behalf, but I guess not. This person has like a massive fear of like rejection. They have a massive fear of rejection. At the end of the day, it's like they don't know how this is going to play out. There's a possibility that this could play out in their favor. There's a possibility that this may not play out in their favor and just totally blow up in this person's face. So with that being said, it kind of looks like they're allowing fear to essentially get the best of them, so much to the point where it is, preventing this person from approaching you and introducing themselves to you, things of that nature. When it comes down to this particular person, even though I understand right now you're not in the mood for all of this. I get it. You're not in the mood for all of this. When it comes down to this particular person, here's one thing that I will say. I think that with this person in particular, you'll find them to be physically attractive. So they're definitely your type. This is someone that, if you were to, entertain and go on a few dates with, things of that nature, I think that you would find yourself really, really liking, this person. I am definitely getting that. However, because there's a but to all of this, they're showing up as a King of Wands. You're showing up as a Queen of Pentacles. If in the event the two of you were to get to that space with one another where you guys are going out on dates with one another, getting to know one another, things of that nature, do I think that the relationship in itself could progress into something serious? Yes, there's a possibility that it might get to that point. However, are we talking about like your forever person here, Pisces? If this person were to essentially make a move on you and you guys start talking, dating one another, things of that nature, like is this your forever person? I wouldn't go as far as to say all of that, and here's why. I've personally never seen the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles ever really work out in the end, primarily because when the Queen of Pentacles gets involved with the King of Wands, one thing that I essentially notice is that everything is fun and exciting at first, but once the honeymoon stage goes away, it's like something switches within the Queen of Pentacles and they start to kind of look at the King of Wands differently. Like they start to ask themselves, why am I with this person? Like what could this person really do for me? Things of that nature. And the Queen of Pentacles eventually starts hitting this point within the dynamic where they start finding themselves in a state of lack while dealing with this individual. So, I've seen these two jump into a committed relationship with one another. I've seen that happen, but I've never personally seen it last a long time. And it's not because the King of Wands ever calls it quits. It's the Queen of Pentacles that always calls it quits because over time, the Queen of Pentacles starts to realize, okay, wait a minute, like this person lacks this and I really want this within a person. And this person also lacks that. And I really, really need that too within a person. It's like you start to see everything that this person doesn't necessarily have that you truly do want and desire. And these things that you want and desire out of them are things that you already bring to the table. So for example, let's just say that you want somebody who is mature. Well, you're not asking for something that you yourself are not, or you don't bring to the table. You see what I mean? So, and that's another thing with the Queen of Pentacles is that the Queen of Pentacles, typically views the King of Wands as somebody who is unfortunately, very immature, things of that nature. So, It's tricky because like the thing is that it kind of looks like this person's terrified, I guess, of like approaching you. I don't know if this person's intimidated by you. I mean, it could be that this person's just outright intimidated by you, honey. That's a possibility, but even then, like even if this person were to like build a bridge and get over it and actually approach you, I mean, it could lead to something serious, sure, but it's not going to last. It's not going to last. Nor do I think that you're going to learn anything from this entire experience. They would essentially learn a lot from this experience with you. As far as you learning anything from this person, no, that's not going to happen. If anything, they'll learn a lot from you. That's pretty much about it, to be honest, Pisces. If you ask me, do I think that this is something worth your time and your investment? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. I don't think that this relationship is something worth your time and or investment. I think that, you know, this journey that you're currently on as far as healing is concerned and focusing on you is concerned, is a journey that, you know, I think that you should, you know, continue to essentially remain on. Because at the end of the day, time is like the most valuable thing you could ever give a person. It's the one thing that you cannot get back. You know, I don't want to see you invest, you know, 10 years out of your life, you know, into this person, into this relationship for it to not work on the end. And that's 10 years you cannot get back. You know what I mean? So I don't think that they're a really good fit for you. But then again, you know, it is your life, you know, do what you want, you know. With it, I just don't think that it's worth your time and or investment. I personally don't think that it is worth your time and or investment, Pisces. Okay. I do want to see ultimately like what's going to end up happening though. I'm very curious to see like what's going to end up happening here. We have the Five of Wands, the Judgment card, and then we also have the Eight of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Sun, and then we also have the Lovers out here. Okay. So in regards to like the ultimate outcome, what I do see this person doing, it's like this poor person, man. It's like they're constantly looking for ways to get your attention. And it's like, however it is that they're choosing to go about this entire situation, it's not really playing on their favor. So it kind of looks like instead of them actually outright approaching you, it kind of looks like what they're going to do instead is drop little hints and clues that they're interested in you. And depending on how you respond and react towards that will determine, you know, if it's, I guess, safe enough for them to essentially make their move on you. Okay. Tell me more about the Sun and the Lovers. We do have the Seven of Cups, so Six of Wands to the Ten of Cups. So I do believe, Pisces, that if you continue to remain on this path that you're currently on and just simply focus on you, right? And everything that you're currently doing with your life, I do believe that the right person will essentially come along when the timing is essentially right. When you meet this person, you're just going to know. You're just going to know that this is the one for you. You're just going to know. That's like besides the point. You're just going to freaking know. As far as this one over here is concerned, I just don't think that this person's like the one. I'm sorry. I just don't, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, they're the one. I wouldn't go as far as to say all of that. However, if you keep yourself available and you just continue to focus on you, the one will essentially show up when you least expect it is basically what I'm getting. Because I am specifically getting that you're going to be caught off guard. By this connection. So you're not going to essentially see it coming. More than likely, you're still going to be at that stage where you're still kind of focusing on you, minding your business, and just simply making your money. It's like you're turning into a Capricorn all of a sudden. But, you know, when this person, you know, does come along, you're going to instantly know that this is just the one for you. As far as this one over here is concerned, I think that this is somebody that, I don't know. I just think that this is somebody that you shouldn't really waste your time with, to be honest. And then on top of that, this person showing up, harnessing King of Wands energy and King of Cups energy. Personally, I do not like that combo whatsoever. I don't like that combo whatsoever. This could basically describe, you know, a person that has zero control over their emotions at times. So there's that type of person that can go from 0 to 100 real quick. You know, this is also somebody who, unfortunately, for whatever odd reason, they bring a lot of toxicity into people's lives is basically what I'm getting. You know, that's another thing that I'm getting off of this person. I feel like this person wants love in their life. I just think that they ask for it in the most unhealthy ways. I don't know. I just don't think that this is a good fit. And I think that if you were to get involved with this person, that's another thing too about this person. I want to just throw that out there because it just came to me. When this person doesn't necessarily get what they want, they go from 0 to 100 real quick. So let's just say you guys start dating for perfect example, and you eventually end up finding out, you know what, this is just somebody who's just simply not a good fit for me. This is that type of person that will literally go from 0 to 100 real quick on you. And that's another thing that they don't, they just no, like they just don't do well with, like, you know, rejection. Like, if for, you know, for example, if this person were to approach you and you tell them, you know what, no thank you, I'm good, like, no thank you, you know what I mean, like, they're not going to go off on you or snap on you, but let's just say that you guys become, you know, close, and they feel somewhat comfortable with you. Yeah, the moment that you find out that this person is not for you, oh yeah, they're going to go from 0 to 100 real quick on you, and they're not going to care. You know, and they also come off to me as somebody who's extremely petty. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know what I mean, Pisces? It just keeps going. I just don't like this one over here. I don't like this one over here for you. I just don't. I don't like that one over here. Nope, I don't like this one. I think that this is somebody that you should definitely not even waste your time on, because it's not going to work out anyways. So it's like, what's the point? You might as well save yourself the drama and the chaos and the dysfunction, and just wait, Pisces. Just wait, because they're gonna show up anyways. Like, you are destined to meet this person. Y'all are destined to come together and build towards a life with one another. Like, this is what's destined to happen. It's gonna happen. It is what it is. It's gonna happen. So it's like, knowing that it's gonna happen, you know what I mean? You might as well just continue to enjoy your singlehood and just continue to focus on yourself instead of wasting your time with somebody who's gonna bring nothing but drama and chaos, you know, into your life anyways. You know what I mean? There's just no point, dude. There's just no point. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.